Learn English through Stories U21 Answers PDF. Adapted and modified by Kulwant Singh Sandhu. Contents. Vocabulary. 10 tests. Answers. 1. Attitudes to work and leisure. Most adults aspire to more leisure, but, in fact, not many people have the necessary initiative to use the free time they already have very constructively. The sad fact is that we need work because it imposes the discipline we need. Life seems aimless, and we secretly look forward to our work again. We dream about personal fulfillment but probably find it more in our work than in our leisure time. This depends on age. The young are free from work and responsibility, and freedom comes naturally to them. However, after they begin jobs, they become conditioned to work. They find they need it however much they complain about its routine and regimentation. Obviously, this again depends on the kind of work. Those with rewarding jobs, or jobs which require creativity, receive genuine satisfaction from their work, but most of us are in conventional 9-to-5 jobs which offer little scope for imagination. We leave our work only to face a leisure that we find difficult to cope with. Our mistake is in regarding leisure as a chance to do nothing, whereas in fact it should be looked on as a challenge. 2. The purpose of state punishment. What is the purpose of punishment? One purpose is obviously to reform the offender, to correct the offender's moral attitudes and antisocial behavior, and to rehabilitate him or her, which means to assist the offender to return to normal life as a useful member of the community. Punishment can also be seen as a deterrent, because it warns other people of what will happen if they are tempted to break the law and so prevents them from doing so. However, a third purpose of punishment lies, perhaps, in society's desire for retribution, which basically means revenge. In other words, don't we feel that a wrongdoer should suffer for his misdeeds? The form of punishment should also be considered. On the one hand, some believe that we should make the punishment fit the crime. Those who steal from others should be deprived of their own property to ensure that criminals are left in no doubt that crime doesn't pay. For those who attack others, corporal punishment should be used. Murderers should be subject to the principle, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and automatically receive the death penalty. On the other hand, it is said that such views are unreasonable, cruel, and barbaric, and that we should show a more humane attitude to punishment and try to understand why a person commits a crime and how society has failed to enable him to live a respectable, law-abiding life. 3. Choose the correct answer. 1. If you're looking around for a new job, you are trying to find a new job. 2. If you look out for someone who is picking you up in their car, you watch for their car so you will see them when they arrive. 3. If you look down on cheap restaurants, you consider them not good enough for you. 4. If you look after someone's cat while they are away, you care for it and give it what it needs. 5. If you look up to your English teacher, you admire and respect him or her. 4. Complete these sentences with a suitable particle. 1. I'm really looking forward to seeing my cousins again next week. 2. She's looking around for a new English course. She's not very satisfied with the one she's following at the moment. Or 2. She's looking out for a new English course. She's not very satisfied with the one she's following at the moment. 3. She loves looking after children, so she has decided to train as a nanny. 4. We have to look ahead to the time when our child will be old enough to go to university. Or, we have to look forward to the time when our child will be old enough to go to university. 5. Lord Mock is a terrible snob. He looks down on most other people. 6. I didn't have time to read the newspaper yesterday. I only looked over it very quickly. Or, I didn't have time to read the newspaper yesterday. I only looked at it very quickly. 5. For each space in each sentence, use the verb look in the correct tense with one of the prepositions from the box. out into after forward up to up for over on ahead. 1. Can you look after my pet goldfish for a few days while I am away on holiday? 2. Children often look forward to Christmas from November onwards. 3. If I try to read an English book, I get frustrated because I have to look up too many words in the dictionary. 4. The teacher was sacked because he had look on while two students were fighting and had done nothing to stop them. 5. My teacher looked over my composition quickly before I gave it in just to see I had answered the question correctly. 6. Look ahead to tomorrow evening on Channel 4. We have a documentary about the Middle East. 7. Hank has always looked up to his Uncle Peter. He treats him like a hero. 8. If you're going to the supermarket, can you look out for that new make of butter I was trying to find the other day? 9. I've been looking for my cell phone all morning. I can't find it anywhere. 10. Police are looking into reports of a strange flying object last night. Many people are convinced it was a flying saucer. 6. Extremely happy idioms. In seventh heaven, on cloud 9, on top of the world. Over the moon, thrilled to bits. 7. Correct the mistakes in these idioms. 1. The child was thrilled to bits to have her photo in the paper. 2. I felt as if I was floating on air as I ran down the hill into his arms. 3. Why does Marty look so out of sorts today? 4. Don't make such a fuss. It's not the end of the world. 5. Your telephone call has really made my day. 6. Jill said she was on cloud 9 and Jack agreed that he was in seventh heaven. 7. Why does Mark always have to be such a misery guts? 8. Stereotypically, happy footballers say that they are over the moon. 8. Match the beginning of each sentence with its ending. Then complete the sentence with as or like. 1. My new dress fits like a glove. 2. You'll need to run like the wind to catch the train. 3. She's as thin as a rake. 4. Anna always looks as fresh as a daisy. 5. He drove off like a maniac. 6. Her mouth felt as dry as a bone. 7. Their sun is as bright as a button. 8. Her hair felt as smooth as silk. 9. Choose the correct word to complete each simile. 1. That book was so boring. It was as dry as dust. 2. You explained it so well, it's a difficult concept, but it's as clear as crystal now. 3. I wonder what they're plotting, they look as thick as thieves. 4. After working in that airless room, my mouth feels as dry as a bone. 5. I can't understand what he's trying to say, it's as clear as mud. 10. Replace the underlined part of each sentence with a simile. 1. Tom and Rosa have been fighting like cat and dog recently. 2. Amy went as red as a beetroot when last commented on her new dress. 3. When our teacher asks the class a difficult question, Hatsuki usually answers as quick as a flash. 4. It was early Sunday morning, and the house was as silent as the grave. 5. Emma was all over Jakob, like a rash at the barbecue last week. 6. All her sisters are as poor as church mice. 7. Katerina felt as fresh as a daisy after her shower. 8. The students in my class are great, hardworking, punctual, and as keen as mustard.